What's going on, A to Z Sports? We are live for another edition of Titans at 2 here live today, this afternoon, from Doughbird Pizza and Rotisserie, located out here in Green Hills. Doughbird Pizza and Rotisserie are powering every version of Titans at 2, and this is where you're sure to find flavor. I want to give some love and a quick shout out to Doughbird before we jump into everything today. It's a fun show today. We got a good little few topics to talk about because, in case you weren't joining me, and in case you've been living under a rock and you weren't around for the A to Z Sports pregame, halftime, postgame show yesterday, the Tennessee Titans got a miracle victory over the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football at Hard Rock Stadium in South Beach. A very, very impressive performance from rookie quarterback Will Levis, putting the team on his back, scoring 15 points in less than 3 minutes. Teams were 0 and 767, trailing by 14 points or more with less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Titans made it 1 in 767, just the improbable of all probabilities for the Titans in their big win yesterday. And so I know that some Titans fans like Rashid, who's been hanging out in the chat, are here running scenarios about how the Titans can make the playoffs, something that I still feel like is a little bit far-fetched. I mean, we have to go 1 week at a time. Now, hey, no small note here that CJ Stroud probably out with a concussion this next week, so the Titans could play the Houston Texans at home in the Oilers throwbacks with Davis Mills playing quarterback for Houston. No Nico Collins, no Tank Dell, changes the landscape of that game drastically. Maybe a game the Titans could now win and steal at home, and the Jacksonville Jaguars have to go play Baltimore next week. So this is getting a little bit interesting here in the AFC South. They're not all the way dead, which just feels crazy to say after what we've gone through this year. But I'm still kind of week by week. I'm trying not to look too far ahead to the playoff picture. I know Titans fans out there, though, have been looking at a different kind of standings, and that being the reverse standings in the draft order. And I think you guys have probably been frequenting tankathon.com. Tankathon.com. That's what I have up right now. So I'm looking at the projected draft order for the 2024 NFL draft. And yeah, guys, I hear it. What's with the jacket, my guy? Who's dressing you? This is a fine jacket. This is a North Face. This is a fine jacket. I literally just came in here from outside. I walked in from outside. I sat down. I started going live for you guys. I'm sorry I didn't take the jacket off ahead of time. It's a North Face. This is fine. I will not be roasted for my wardrobe on a Tuesday afternoon when I'm just wearing what I think is very sharp North Face. But I know Titans fans have been watching the draft order, hoping for potentially a top 5 pick, right? Trying to get up into that Joe Alt, Olufashanu top offensive tackle conversation, maybe even in the Marvin Harrison Jr. conversation if your pick got good enough. This win certainly puts a rein on that parade a little bit. If the Titans would have lost yesterday, they would be scheduled to pick 5th in the 2024 NFL draft with the possibility of even picking 4th or 3rd. Like they would have been right up in that conversation. Right now, they are projected, according to Tankathon, to have the 9th pick in the draft, and they are in with this big group of teams that all have 5 wins: Chicago, Vegas, the Jets and Giants, Tennessee, and the LA Chargers, all currently sitting at 5 and 8. And I know that's discouraging for some fans. This could hurt the Titans long term in terms of the type of player they're able to get. And who knows, maybe 10 years from now, 5 years from now, we're going to be sitting here like, man, if they hadn't won that Monday Night Football game in Miami, they could have had so-and-so in the draft, but they weren't in a position to draft him because of that win. None of that matters to me. Will Levis matters to me and matters a whole lot more than the Titans draft position. I'm going to tell you guys why and really break it all down. And we're going to hear from Mike Vrabel on the very issue I'm talking about. I just got done with his press conference at St. Thomas Sports Park. But before we get into any of that, I want to talk about where I'm sitting right now, where I'm wearing my jacket indoors right now. And that is Doughbird Pizza and Rotisserie here in Green Hills. Doughbird brings you a crave-worthy menu and with an unexpected and perfect duo of pizza and rotisserie chicken. Pizza and rotisserie chicken all in one. They've got offbeat flavor combos made even more delicious when you dunk your food in any of the house-made sauces. They always deliver on flavor and satisfaction. It's a neighborhood spot that you can get comfortable and savor a fun family dinner. You kind of see by the vibe around me, this is a good spot to bring the family. But over there, that's the bar right behind me over my shoulder. So a good spot to watch into or to enjoy a drink. Really, whatever the occasion, Doughbird's a good place to do it. So come visit Doughbird in Green Hills and get the unexpected yet perfect duo of pizza and rotisserie at Doughbird. Thank you to Doughbird. So let's get into this, and I see some of the chat coming. Cincinnati Titans says agree, Sam. Jonathan, I think really hits the home run here and says this win will help the Titans long term. I think if you have a narrow enough, if you're looking at it as just like, well, better draft pick is better for long-term future, I think you have a very, very narrow view of what building a winning foundation and a winning culture in the National Football League looks like. You see teams all the time with a lot of talent that stack pick after pick after pick, consistently picking at the top of the draft, not really able to gain any momentum and turn into a serious long-term winner because at some point in this league, you have to establish culture. You have to learn how to win. That's especially important when you have a young quarterback leading you. And what we've seen from the Titans under Will Levis is, some fun football. But like a game like Indy, you were like, wow, there are so many good things, so many great moments, so many positive signs. And that all of these disasters spiraled into an overtime loss. And you felt like the Titans should have had the game. Monday night's the opposite. Monday night's an example of shooting yourself in the foot a couple times and finding a way to win, which then translated to the rest of the locker room. I don't know if you guys saw some of the videos post-game, but like Arden Key joking with the media after the game in Miami. He's like, hey, you guys are real slow to get in here today. When we wanted to talk to you, you're real fast after we lose. That Tajay Spears was like, I was just sitting there praying, hoping. These guys are having a lot of fun right now, and they're having a lot of fun playing with and for Will Levis. You just hear the way DeAndre Hopkins speaks about his quarterback post-game, saying, well, Will's a dog. He's got that dog in him. He's going to be great. The vibes are high, and the vibes are only high because the Titans won this game. Listen to Will Levis post-game when asked how he's feeling.
Jack. No, that was awesome. I had to keep my composure there a little bit, make sure we finished the job, but I trust in our defense that they're going to get the job done just like they did all night. I mean, they won us that game tonight, and they shut down just a really potent offense, and if it wasn't for those couple turnovers there in the red zone, it would have been even more impressive. So props to them, and then obviously we were able to get the job done with our operational efficiency on those two-minute drives, so I'm just pumped all around.
What's
Titans quarterback Will Levis, a guy who is fired up, and here we have Matt Drew saying, it excites me how pumped Levis was. Yeah, let's play this back one time, just the beginning real quick. Look at that smile on Will Levis's face.
Jack. No, that was awesome.
Jacked. He's jacked. And then this moment, of course, from the end of the game after that second touchdown drive.
Look at Will Levis, man. Good for that young man in this moment. And now,
injected into my veins, injected into the veins of every Titans fan out there. That's just what you love to see. Will Levis building his own confidence, his teammates building the confidence in him, his coaching staff who needs to have more faith and more trust in him, building their confidence in him by watching him go and do it. I have talked over and over and over again about how the Titans coaching staff need to take the training wheels off of Will Levis and just go let him push the ball down the field and play quarterback. And there was this feeling that they didn't really trust him all the way, that like they were waiting for him to do something bad and trying to protect against it. Well, we saw yesterday that when they had no other choice, they had to put the ball in his hands and said, "Okay, kid, go ball." He showed up and he balled, and I think that's going to give them a lot of faith in letting him do a little bit more of that moving forward, free him up a little bit to go take his shots, to pass the ball on first down for a change. And so, yeah, Kenneth says he was worried they scored too quick. You heard Will Levis. So is he. He kind of said after he gets all fired up like that, he's like, wait, I had to contain myself and be like, let's make sure we secure the victory. But they do secure the victory. And really, something like I said, that's important is learning how to win, learning how to finish, and what it does for the confidence of a locker room. Here's Mike Vrabel speaking about that issue and really what it does for the Titans moving forward in his press conference earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about confidence. Like, we go through this all the time when we ask, well, are they confident? Well, if you can go out and you do it, that's how you build confidence. And whether that's in practice or most importantly, the games, you have to be able to see those things and have small victories. And so for our football team, I think that's a huge opportunity to see us compete, to find ways to win the game, and as opposed to finding ways to lose it. Trying to eliminate some of the bad football still, the things that are going to get you beat. But they stuck around, and we were the ones that made the plays in a critical situation.
Along the lines of
learning how to win is important, building confidence is important, and having life is important. As Jonathan says in the chat here, Levis has injected life into this team. Will Levis is one of the things that has done that, and winning is the other thing that has done that. I know the Titans haven't exactly been exemplary, but 3-4 with a rookie quarterback who continues to show the courage and the guts that Will Levis does is going to give the team a lot of confidence. And I think it should give Titans fans confidence. I will keep going back to this. The Titans, I would rather the Titans pick 12th, 11th in this year's draft and stack a couple wins here leading up to the end of this season than pick 5th or 6th, but not feel like they have any sort of confidence as a team. That might be a hot take. Some Titans fans don't want to hear that. Some Titans fans are looking at, well, where are we drafting, right? But there is a comment from Landon earlier, like you can look at the Cardinals, you can look at the Bears, teams that consistently pick high and yet don't ever develop that culture. And I think right now, if you're a Titans fan, you do have to feel pretty damn good about where they're at. And Michael points it out. Levis gives free agents a reason to consider signing with us. Yeah, I mean, if you're a free agent wide receiver, if you're T. Higgins right now, you're seeing all the fun DeAndre Hopkins is having playing with Will Levis, playing for Mike Vrabel. That looks like a place I want to go play. If you're an offensive lineman, that looks like a place I know I can help, that I want to go play. If you're in the secondary, that's a place that I can go help, that I know I can go play. There is a lot of positive momentum starting to build for a team that has the most cap space in the NFL heading into this offseason, who's still going to have a pick in the top, I don't know, worst case scenario, maybe 12, 13 picks, right? You still have some draft capital. Oh, and by the way, Rand Carthon, what does this say about Rand Carthon? Because, hey, Peter Skoronski has been consistent, been looking good. Was really the only offensive lineman that didn't have a problem yesterday. Will Levis might be a franchise quarterback, probably is, in my opinion, a franchise quarterback in the future. Tajay Spears, 8 catches for 90 yards or whatever it is he had, hugely impactful. 3 big contributors that you're getting on Rand Carthon's first, second, and third round pick as Titans GM. Not only what does it say about your QB, that you might have gotten the quarterback right. What does it say about your GM that drafted him? And how much faith can that give Titans fans moving forward into this new era? Last night's win did a lot for me, and I think it should have done a lot for you. Big positive, and so much to build off of now. And before I go any farther here, I just want to get a quick reminder that if you see this ambience, you see all these people behind me, I guess it would be behind me this side. I don't know. see those people having fun at the bar. Yeah, those people are having a great time at Doughbird because, hey, in 46 minutes, they're going to have an even better time with happy hour starting here at Doughbird. It's Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $5. Today is Tuesday, which means they also have half price bottles of wine all day. And they recently announced a great new Bottle and Bird special that features a bottle of wine, an entire rotisserie chicken, and 2 sides for $40 when you dine in. A lot of deals. A lot of deals to be had over here at Doughbird, and that's if you dine in. But if takeout's more your style, they have that too. You can grab the family on the fly take up under the entire family because they're here in Green Hills, and parking is as easy as it gets. They've got a garage right outside. They share a parking garage with the Shake Shack in Green Hills. Convenient parking in and out. They're the to-go spot for go-to for to-go food. Got that backwards here in Green Hills. So go check out my friends at Doughbird. See a lot of good positive vibes in the chat. Billy Jones says last night, turning point for this franchise. Things were looking up. Levis runs angry. He won angry runs at Good Morning Football for folding Ramsey. That's a big dub. That's going to be fun to see. I'm not sure how many more angry runs of Will Levis we're going to be getting. Mike Vrabel had a very funny joke in his press conference where he said something along the lines of asked about Will Levis and that fire and how much it kind of energizes everybody else. And he said, well, as far as that's concerned, we showed him a lot of videos of sliding, of quarterback sliding, and how can we manipulate the rules and use them to our advantage and make sure we're getting down. And clearly didn't work because Will Levis was lowering his shoulder on Jalen Ramsey. And so then Mike Vrabel comes and says, so this week, I guess we'll just have to show videos of him not sliding and, of quarterbacks not sliding and getting lit up. And, he used a couple other choice expletive words. But Mike Vrabel going to show Will Levis what happens as a quarterback if you don't slide in this league. Although early results show Will Levis kind of giving defenders a run for their money. Ryan says we're winning out and making the playoffs. All right. I'll just pose a question to the chat right now that we say the audio is cutting in and out. That means my mic is about to die, which means I got to get out of here and get running here. So we're going to have to recharge the mic. But can the Titans win out? Is it possible? Let me know in the chat right here. And if they do they make the playoffs? I still think it's a bit far-fetched. Houston, Seattle, Houston, Jacksonville. That is the result or the schedule for the rest of the way. And Sean and Darren say not likely in the chat to kick things off here. So go ahead and let me know. Drop those comments below. Like the show here for future people that are going to come in and catch up with today's live show. I wish I could hang out and talk more about this, but Mike's cutting in and out. I'll be on the A to Z Sports Morning Show tomorrow, so we can talk more about the Titans playoff odds tomorrow on the A to Z Sports Morning Show, and then I'll be back with another edition of Titans at 2 later in this week. Probably Friday. Probably Friday is what we're looking at for our next Titans at 2 to preview Titans and Texans in a game where, hey, they're still alive. And as Rashid says, one game at a time. So thank you guys for hanging out today. Till next time, tighten up. We'll see you guys later.